Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel and spending some of your time with me and some of your day. Always appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to wade into the world of knots once again, and I'm just going to put an end to all the confusion and all the intimidation and all the wondering of what knot you should throw. I'm going to show you guys the best knot, the easiest knot, and the one that it's really the only one you need to throw, the only one you need to tie, man. It's just going to make your life so much simple in fishing. So we're going to get into that in today's episode. Also, guys, before we get started, a quick invitation. Just like to invite everybody to please consider hitting that subscribe button here at Intuitive Angling. Free and easy to do so, man. We're pushing hard to try to get to 500,000 subscribers with the channel, which is a ways off, but every little bit helps there. And also, guys, if you want to go to the next level with Intuitive Angling, you can become a channel member of Intuitive Angling, and members get private videos every week that are not seen by the public and some access to my email address. We got several different levels of memberships. All you have to do is go to my homepage here, hit the membership or the join button for information there. So I really appreciate that. Okay, one of the things about these YouTube fishing videos or YouTube videos, a lot of knot videos. There's a lot of knot videos, there's a lot of fluke videos, and there's a lot of chatterbait videos. Knot videos are intimidating because, guys, people make knots way too complicated. I mean, there is a lot of what I call knot snobs out there that say, this is the best knot, this is the strongest knot, this is the best knot, this is there's no other knot better than this. And I'm saying that in this video, but this is the one after experimenting with all of them, because I've taken the time to go through all of them, guys. There's not a knot that I have not tried to tie and learned to tie and fished with those knots. I've done this for decades and decades and decades, and I got it down, I narrowed it down, and you've probably seen some of my past videos, to two knots, which is the double uni knot and the Palomar knot. I've changed my perception on this specifically over the past year since I've adjusted my hook sets. Guys, the only knot that you need to tie is a Palomar knot. And the reason I say that is a Palomar knot, I'm going to show you real quick how to tie it here, how to tie it very quickly. A Palomar knot is the easiest, quickest knot to tie. And you know what is the best knot to tie? The best knot to tie is the knot that you can tie the fastest. That is the best knot to tie, because it encourages you to retie. Because the times that you break off with a knot is not the knot. The knot rarely fails on any knot that you tie. The time that you break off is when your line is fractured or frayed or, damaged to some extent that you may or may not know it. You may or may not know this knot is damaged, because the damage can occur so close to the knot that you can't even feel anything. And it may be a foot up higher than what you felt, but there's a lot of area that the line can get damaged in, and that's when you break fish off on the hook set, and any other time is by that damaged knot. And a lot of times, that line gets damaged or fatigued or frayed because you have not retied enough, because the knot that you're tying is hard to do and it's complicated to do. So therefore, the easiest knot is the best knot to tie, and a Palomar knot is a strong knot. And I want to show you real quick here to tie it, and I'm going to explain to you how you need to adjust your hook set, in relationship to it. Palomar knot's real easy, come through the bait. By the way, Blaukat Throwback jig, got a new shipment in at Tackle Warehouse right now. I'll put the link in the description here. Awesome freaking bait. Come through the line. And another thing about tying knots, guys, is you have to learn how to tie your knots with your fingers and your mouth both. A lot quicker. So a Palomar knot, come through, you come through just like that one time, and then you're going to take the loose end of the line and come right back through. And give yourself plenty of room to work with. So give yourself about a foot or so where it slides freely like that. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do is just tie a knot like you're tying your shoelace, just an overhand knot. Boom, boom, just like that. And then the loop you have right here, you're gonna run the bait right back through the loop, and then you're just gonna pull the tie down. Pull it tight. That is a Palomar knot. Another thing about a Palomar knot, as I'll show you, and guys, I can do that in a matter of seconds when I do it fast, is a Palomar knot is a small knot. You can see there how small that knot is. The problem with a lot of knots is when you tie these knots like the double uni or the pigeon knot or whatever, the actual bulk or the profile of the knot is extremely large. So a Palomar knot is like half the size of most other knots. And if you got this jig on the bottom here, guys, like this, and that bass is looking down at that knot, I mean, don't tell me that they can't see that right there, you know, if they're a quarter of an inch away from it. So a smaller knot, naturally better with that. That's the Palomar knot. Okay, now the problem with the Palomar knot that I had in the past, and one of the reasons I started using the double uni knot when I was pitching and flipping and using baits that I set the hook on, is sometimes the way that a Palomar knot lays on your hook, it can lay over part of the other line, and theoretically, if you set the hook real hard, you can stress it and fracture it enough to where it will break. Whether this is a reality or not, it's hard to say. So, but I always went to the double uni knot in my pitching and flipping, because in the past, I used to, you know, I'd work that jig or the Texas rig and I'd reach down and set the hook hard. I don't set the hook like that anymore, because that's not the way you need to set the hook. I was losing way too many fish. The way that you need to set a hook on a slow bait is you cast out there, get that strike, and you feel the strike, and you just don't get in a big hurry. It's like, okay, one's got it. Watch your line swim out, watch that fish swim out, reel down and get a tight line, and just start reeling back like that, you know, fast, pulling into the fish. Then you will not break the Palomar. That is when the Palomar breaks before, is if you try to slackline a hook set. The slackline hook set is the worst hook set anybody can ever use, especially when it's used with a Palomar knot. But guys, that is why the Palomar knot is the best knot. It's quick, it's easy, fast knot to tie. It's got a small knot profile, and it works, man. It does. And believe me, I'm not just talking about this to be talking. I have spent, I can't tell you how many days on the water and hours I've spent experimenting, trying to figure out the best knot, because that is a control variable in our fishing. So if you want to simplify everything and you get tired of watching YouTube videos about all these exotic knots that you can tie and this type of stuff, just put it behind you, get you a simple Palomar knot, learn how to tie it fast. You know, just use your tongue and use your mouth. Literally, I can tie a Palomar knot in 5 seconds, you know, and it's done and over with. So my suggestion, Palomar knot, go with it. You'll be happy with it. Change your hook set to the way I talked it, and it's just gonna make you a lot more efficient. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll talk later.